At this point, every video I post on my main channel makes me anywhere between $10,000 and $100,000 in clients for my e-commerce coaching business. I'm gonna dissect one of the videos I made, and I'm gonna tell you exactly why they convert so well and what's going on. Over the last couple of years, I came to the conclusion that discipline is garbage. Every single person ever thinks that discipline is not garbage and discipline is the most important thing, which is there in general. Instantly, people think, what the fuck is going on? What is this guy saying? In a lot of people's heads, it's gonna be like, how dumb is this guy? How can he even say that? I wanna see what dumb shit he's gonna say next. And on the other hand, there's gonna be a lot of people generally being hooked by this statement. So, let's keep watching. And I know this statement might sound crazy, however, let me explain. This statement might sound crazy, but let me explain. What happened here? Instantly, I made it relatable. Now I'm not that dumb anymore. Imagine you set the goal to go to the gym 4 times every single week for a year. Now you will have a bunch of approaches on how to get there, and discipline can literally be taken out of the equation if you do a couple of things right. You do not have to be disciplined to actually achieve that. For example, if you set an appointment with a friend of yours where you just talk to him every day and you're gonna say, all right, this is the time where we're gonna go to the gym every day and that's it. And he is waiting for you to be there. And you can basically not cancel on him because you guys go together. It's 100,000 times easier to go to the gym. All of a sudden, there's no real decision-making process of whether you should go or should not go. The amount of discipline which is required instantly dropped significantly. So what happened here? I basically logically explained why my argument makes so much sense. I actually believe 100% what I'm saying. The other thing you need to keep in mind is, number one, obviously it's very relatable, where you try to go to the gym, you don't go to the gym because you forget it, and then you start going to the gym with a friend, and it's much easier. I give an example which is very relatable to most people, and also I'm talking about a topic which is also very relevant for, in this case, most dropshippers. A lot of dropshippers feel very unproductive, and they basically say, all right, it's me being undisciplined, when in reality, it can be fixed somehow else. Also, what I'm doing here, and keep this in mind for the end, I'm actually planting a seed in their head to buy my stuff. But I'm gonna get to that later. Today, I want to show you a couple of shortcuts in dropshipping, how you can stay disciplined without being disciplined. All right, step 1 in dropshipping is getting an accountability partner. This is huge. Doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't have to be a dropshipper even. It just has to be a person who you will talk to every single day and will be telling them, all right, today I'm going to do this, and I'm not going to stand up from a table until I am done with this. You have a very specific structured to-do list of the things you're going to do today, this month, this week, whatever. This is something which you need to have. And the person, he can literally go to university. It doesn't matter what he is doing. You just tell him about it, and most people will be glad to do this with you for their goals as well. By the way, take notes. This is really good advice also. Number 1, this is going to force you to make a to-do list because you tell them every day I'm going to send you a to-do list. Number 2 is you have to finish with that to-do list the same day, no matter what. And what's going to happen very fast is you will be able to make realistic to-do lists, because in the beginning, you're going to suck at doing to-do lists. And the same exact thing happened to me. In the beginning, I planned on doing 25 times more things than I was able to. And then when I told myself, all right, we do not stop work until everything is done, then all of a sudden, I had to plan it realistically because I fucked up a couple of times and then I had to sit in the office until like 9 p.m. And at some point I realized, all right, this is not what I'm doing anymore. You can hear everybody's going to remember that moment. Everybody's going to remember the moment of them doing a way too big of a to-do list and not being able to do every task. It's a very common thing, and I literally tell you how to get rid of it. Also, by the way, if you check out the title here, how to enter the monk mode of dropshipping, first of all, it's very clear who this attracts, people who are not really productive and who need this type of stuff. And secondly, I play off Iman Gagey's whole monk mode thing. I think he invented it, but I basically take that term and put it into a very specific niche, which is dropshipping. Nobody ever talked about monk mode in dropshipping. That's not a thing. If you know that your niche knows Iman Gagey, you're basically going to take his words and apply it to a more specific niche. It's the same thing as saying being a fitness coach or saying being a fitness coach for women after their pregnancy. Instantly, every woman who's after their pregnancy is going to listen to you much more just because it feels more relatable. Here, it's the same thing. If you have a monk mode video, that's one thing. If you have a monk mode for dropshippers, it's a very different thing. I am basically saying the same. This is applicable for you. You're not a dropshipper. I do not want to do that again. I set myself realistic goals. And also on my to-do list are only going to be tasks which you can impact, because a lot of the problems you're going to face in dropshipping are other people's problems as well. For example, you have to contact some customer support of some app and they take half a day to respond or 2 days to respond, meaning that you cannot have the solution today on your to-do list. The to-do list should be write an email and answer them back instantly if they text back, but you cannot impact them being faster. So with the ability of writing proper to-do lists, you're going to understand very quickly that you waste a shit ton of your time, because now you look back, what did I do today? And you're going to think about all the tasks you did, and you're basically going to see 80% of them were not really money-making activities, but it was some bullshit. Some garbage, which in the moment feels really great, but then when you review it, you can actually tell, all right, that was not quite right. And what you're going to notice as well in dropshipping specifically is it's actually very difficult to have this whole hustle culture, hustle mentality thing where you work for 12 hours per day productively. If you truly think about the tasks you do, you're going to understand that it is very difficult to keep up with a whole week of 12-hour days when you are only doing productive tasks. What's happening here? I do 2 things. Number 1, there's a bunch of people who preach 12-hour workdays. There's going to be so many like inspirational TikTok videos which are going to say sleep less, work more, whatever.
I need you working 12 to 16-hour days. I need you coming home to shower, sleep, and shit.
You've probably seen them. Number one is I'm playing against them. And this is a common theme in general. Play against common beliefs. Discipline is bullshit. It's a common belief that discipline is amazing. I say the exact opposite and people get hooked. This is something where, again, the next time anybody says work 12 hours, they're gonna think back to this video and they're gonna think the other guy's an idiot now because they know the truth. One more shortcut I want to tell you about. I basically was super unproductive at home and I was really productive when I was just somewhere else. It doesn't matter if I was at a friend's place, in some kind of coffee shop, in some hotel lobby, wherever I was more productive than home. I noticed that I just have to go out and take my laptop and work outside to actually become productive. Just became a habit in the beginning. At this point, we obviously have the office with the employees as well inside of the office, which also, by the way, is a huge thing which holds me accountable and kind of ties me to this place and gets me more productive as well. This is something which helped me out so much, by the way. I cannot work at home. To this day, if I'm at home and I don't have set appointments or something like that, I don't get shit done. Because you're probably not going to get an office yet, what I would recommend is just going to 5-star hotels and working in their lobbies. By far the easiest thing to do. Nobody's ever going to look at you weird because you're there without being a guest. Just go inside, order coffee for $5 and you basically sit there for 8 hours straight, go out, get lunch, whatever. If you do that, you're going to be in a nice environment where you actually focus, where you definitely have good Wi-Fi, no stress, no nothing, and you basically have an office for free. One more thing which happened to me in those hotel lobbies was I felt bad sitting on Instagram because in my head I was thinking that everybody's watching me right now. My advice to you specifically, if you have the same thing, go out and work somewhere else. Hotel lobbies are by far the best way to go. So I hope you truly take this to your heart and get a person who's going to hold you accountable. And that's also one of the reasons why our program works so well, because we basically hold our students accountable to actually get things done. Do you see this? This whole call to action is related back to the video. This is not just click the link below to sign up for a call. This is the problem which we're describing for the last 5 minutes. Here's the perfect solution. We are your accountability partner. If you are unproductive, here is me being the solution. And if you also want to become part of our program, you can click the link below, sign up for a call with me, and we're going to find out if we're a good fit. So this is generally something which needs to be done in call to action. They cannot just be thrown out there. Your call to actions are going to hit 10 times better if you talk about the exact specific problem which was discussed and you're the solution. So very first of all, if you enjoyed this, you must subscribe to this channel, especially if you're running a coaching business or some sort of agency. If you generally struggle with converting on YouTube, or generally leads are even a problem, you must check out the specific video where I'm going to give you the step-by-step guide on by far the favorite strategy for lead generation, which I have. I've literally tried it all. Cold calls, cold DMs, cold ads, everything. This is the best. Check it out. I'm going to explain to you step by step how to do it.